Welcome to today's trade review. So for XAUUSD, we had a first break of structure and a second one, and after the second one we had an order block, and the entry was there with the stops below the strong low and the target just before the weak high, which is my drawn liquidity. Then going over to EURUSD, same thing. We mark out the first break of structure, then it had another break of structure, and then it had a third break of structure before it finally gave us the demand zone. Now I would have entered at this point if price had come back down, but it didn't, so we just had to keep on waiting. So it finally gave us a demand zone here, and then it entered here, placed the stop below the strong low, and if you can, as you can see, the demand zone was just before the 50% level, which was a better idea. And then it went straight a little bit above the weak high, and now it's having this retracement. So on GBPUSD, it had a break of structure, another one, and the third one, but I couldn't enter a trade here because I'm not seeing a valid demand zone to take a trade off of. Now this could be a demand zone, no one knows, this one here, but then again, let me mark my fib to and see if it's actually valid. Okay, it's exactly below the 50% level, so it's possible. But then if you have to place an entry here, stops here targeting a 2.11, it's way above it. That's why I didn't enter the trade. So I'm in no trade on GBPUSD. On AUDUSD, this is the one that's currently. As you can see from the beginning of the day, it had a lot of breaks of structure, but it never really went down into a valid demand zone. As you can see, this demand zone here, it didn't come down here. This demand zone, it didn't come down here. This demand zone here, it didn't come down here, until it finally formed a demand zone here that price came down into. And as you can see it here, this is the order block. Entry here stops below the strong low. The target is a little bit above the weak high. On USDCAD, as you can see, there is a break of structure first. Let me get rid of this with Nachi. A break of structure first before coming back up to take liquidity. He didn't break above the low, so he just took liquidity and then came back down to break structure at this point, leaving behind a supply zone. Then the entry was there, strong high was placed, the stop loss was placed above the strong high. If you mark out with fib 2, you'll see that the supply zone was before the 50% level, so it is a valid trade. So that's how it went, and luckily we got out before this large impulsive move. I don't know the news events that's going on, or that happened, but that's it for today.